Good morning. How you guys doing? Good. Good morning to those of you that are watching online this morning, wherever you're at. It is so good to be with you guys. We are in a series called The Rest of the Story. And for the last couple of weeks, Pastor Steve has kind of set us up to where we're going. And last week he talked about work and the fact that our value doesn't come from our work, but the fact is that we work because of our value, right? Out loud, but how many of you have trouble checking in with work on your day off? How many of you feel like your house always has to be neat and in order? You have to check your phone constantly because there's something that's important that might be happening that you might miss out on, right? Or that you're supposed to do. Or I'm bad about projects and things needing to be fixed, and I always have to be fixing or producing or productive, right? Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And so last week, Pastor Steve talked about the yoke and about rest and where our value and our worth comes from. And so today we're going to talk about the finding rest for your souls that Jesus promises. How many of our kids stand up and say, "I'm not doing it"? And that's exactly what's happening here is God said, "Do this and you will have rest." And they said, "We're not going to do it." Why don't we rest? I think one reason that Steve talked about last week is that our identity comes from our work. And if I'm not working, I'm losing my identity. I struggle. Another reason is that we are constantly chasing stuff that we don't need. We're chasing milestones and we're chasing goals, or we're chasing an amount of material possessions and we're always reaching for more. The third reason is we don't trust God. We feel that God needs us and needs us to keep doing in order to accomplish what he wants to be accomplished. I think because we just don't understand it. We don't understand what rest is meant to be. We don't understand what Sabbath is. A few different things, but primarily what I want you to see today is the word Sabbath means to cease, and it means to celebrate. It means to cease and celebrate. And in order to cease, which is to stop, you have to do something, right? You can't. God is more interested in who you are than what you do. God is more interested in who you are than what you do. Then he said to them, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is the Lord even of the Sabbath." What Jesus is telling us here, second thing we need to understand about the Sabbath, is that the Sabbath is a gift for us. Culture, we need to understand the first part of the statement, that Sabbath, the gift of rest, was made for us. Accomplishing, but it is a gift to us, and rest makes us better at the things that we are called to do. It says, "Another time Jesus was into the synagogue, and a man with a shriveled hand was there. Some of them were looking for a reason to accuse Jesus, so they watched him closely to see if he would heal on the Sabbath. Jesus said to the man with the shriveled hand, 'Stand up in front of everyone.' Then Jesus asked them, 'Which is lawful on the Sabbath, to do good or to do evil, to save life or to kill?' But they remained silent." The Sabbath was Jesus' favorite day to heal. Number 3, the Sabbath is for freedom. The Sabbath is for freedom. Jesus said in Luke chapter 4, that I have come to what? Proclaim the good news, right? Bring freedom to prisoners. Bring sight to the blind. What better day for those things to happen than on the Sabbath? He'd paid the price for our sin, for our trespasses, our transgressions, all of our indebtedness that we couldn't pay and that we were bound to the law and its legalism to try to be better. And Jesus came and freed us from that indebtedness. And so what happens is he goes on and says, because of this that we just discussed in verse 16, he says, in light of the fact that Jesus brought us freedom and freedom from our indebtedness, therefore, do not let anyone judge you by what you eat or drink, or with regard to a religious festival, a new moon celebration, or a Sabbath day. These are a shadow of the things which were to come. The reality, however, is found in Christ. And so these things are important. But what Paul is saying, because Jesus has freed us from this legalism and showed us that Christ is coming, that's what the law was meant to show us, that Christ was coming, and now he has come, right? It's not about the legalism of it. It was a foreshadowing of the benefit and the enjoyment.